Good morning, traders. Today is January 14th, 2019, and this is Timo Wilson coming at you guys live and direct for another week of technical analysis. So let's go on ahead and get started as we recap on the euro. Last week, as you guys see, the euro opened up and had a nice, if we take 1.393, just about 1.400, all the way up to 1.560. We had a good 160 pips of movement last week, guys. So let's take a look at exactly what's going on. Just to recap, we have been pulling back into some critical zones, and this wick is definitely testing strong areas of resistance as we have broken above monthly support. So on the weekly, we're looking bullish, dropping down to the daily time frame. So what I'm looking at is as you guys see, we had our anchor here that I explained last week, and then we've been trading within this zone, but we finally broke up with this daily candlestick. Now we have a nice pullback currently happening on the daily chart as we retest monthly support of 1.1450. As you see at one point, if I just draw this zone here, it was resistance, this entire zone. So now we've come to pull back and retest support on the daily chart. Curious to see how this daily candlestick is going to close. Normally Sundays and Mondays are typically slow for the markets, not too much momentum or not too much volatility. So let's see what's going on. Now, as you guys see, we have a nice bullish leg that formed here last week. So what I want to do is just simply take my fib tool, measure it from low to high. We have broken below the 38.2% Fibonacci level as the 50 lies under support, and price seems to be reacting to this zone pretty well. We have another form of resistance here at 1.1478 on the euro on the 4-hour time frame. So what I would like to see happen is, first and foremost, looking at price action as we have been shooting up and pulling back and making bull legs up and pulling back, because I'd like to see price somehow test this support zone a little bit longer, but I'd like to see a break above 1.478. If price can hold above 1.478, I expect price to pull back just a little bit and retest last week's highs. That would be the first move. Now from there, because on the daily we are testing critical resistance levels, I'd like to see just one more pullback and maybe even form a double top on euro and see how 1.1450 holds. So for right now, I'm bullish all the way to last week's highs, which holds at 1.1560. From there, we need to see price action, see what it wants to do. Could line up for shorts this week, but only time will tell. We just have to be patient. But for now, I am bullish on euro versus the US dollar. Another one of my favorite pairs, Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar, guys. So last week, once again, I was bullish on Aussie with the break of this counter trend line here. I caught 40, 60 pips on this move here, but once price breaks out of structure, it has to come back and test critical zones. So I have a nice support level here at 1.1560 and 1.0500, guys. So I have highlighted this area here because right now price is pulling back, and I'd like to see a nice deep retracement. A nice deep retracement on the 4-hour chart. As you guys see, I have our peak here. We have a lower high here. We have a nice counter trend line coming down. So I'd like to see price just pull back into this zone and then exhaust out. Once price exhausts out, then my next step will be to look for a break of this counter trend line and this small form of resistance. From there, I'd like to see one more pullback testing the zone out, and then I'll be looking for buy orders in this region. If you guys watched last week's analysis, we will be targeting 1.0750. Now, last week, we got in around this zone here at the break of this counter trend line. So about 1.0550 last week. And I mentioned price would come up to 1.0620. This was our first target right here. From there, I exited as I seen a few wicks, a major level of resistance on our 4-hour time frame, and I could tell price was exhausted and it needed to pull back. So we have an A leg here on a quick retracement. A, B, we retrace to the 61.8. I'd like to see 1.0520 to 1.0500, which happens to be my highlighted zone, my buy zone, be tested. Once this is tested and we have some bullish momentum, I'll be entering long on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar. Now, I had some requests this week for Aussie dollar as well. Let's check out the daily chart. So on the daily chart, guys, we have retraced all the way up to 7225 last week and we wicked it, right? We wicked it. Now, if you guys see here on the opposite side of where price was, this is what you call, once again, a lower high. So in order for this bull trend to be confirmed, we have to break through 72250. Now, we've wicked it, and I believe it's time for price to come back down just a little bit. Just a little bit. So let's take our Fibonacci tool. And draw it up to our resistance area. So I'd like to see price come down. Once again, it has to correct. It's not just going to keep pushing and pushing up, as most traders hope. I'd like to see price come down into this zone here before anything. Let me get my arrow out. Before anything, I'd like to see price drop down to 7,100. Now from here, which is the 50% Fibonacci level, I'm expecting price long-term wise to break this high this week. We should break highs of 72250, so we'll go on ahead and highlight that region. This is last week's high, guys. So you never want to buy at weekly highs unless it's a bullish weekly engulfment and you're trading off that time frame. For my beginner traders, I'm sorry if you don't understand exactly what I'm doing, what I'm explaining, but this is why mentorship is so critical for you to start learning the basics and building on top of that, as it is your foundation. But for my more advanced traders that somewhat have an idea of how the markets work and some of this technical analysis, just pay attention and follow my analysis, which will help you become a more profitable trader. Now, we've broken out of this uptrend structure on the 4-hour chart. And as you see, currently price wants to come back up and retest it. I wouldn't even be surprised if we tested 72250 on the 4-hour time frame or 2-hour time frame. Our 50 moving averages lies below. This is why price is currently pulling back. Moving averages have not crossed to the downside. I'm not looking for sell orders. I'm only looking for buy orders. But to me, this just isn't a great level to buy at because it's weekly resistance ahead. We don't have a break just yet. And I feel a major correction coming first. So let's be patient and sit on our hands as we have broken out of this small 4-hour uptrend structure. Wait for price to break below this 50 moving averages here on your 4-hour time frame. Let's test the 32 and 50% fib level. If not, my 61.8 is a major confluence zone with my monthly support. So this whole 100 pip region, this 80 pip region right here, 60, 65 pips, I'll be monitoring price to look for a buy order. Now, if not, if price doesn't retrace all the way down before making its next bullish leg up, I'd like to see a 4-hour candle close above our weekly resistance. I'd like to see it pull back into this zone. and then make its next leg up. But this is for us to monitor as it's still early on in the week, and I keep you guys updated with my Instagram stories. If you're not following us on Instagram just yet, go ahead and give us a follow at VisionFX. VisionFX3. I'd greatly appreciate it, as we do spend some time to help you guys in the markets and share some of our trades and some of our weekly analysis, as a lot of our followers have been enjoying. So guys, pay attention to Aussie dollar. Great setup for this week. And to go to the next pair, dollar CAD, which they do have a negative correlation. Now on the daily chart, as you see today, price opened up and it tested our 8-day moving averages. And we have broken above a small level of resistance, as this pair has been in a bearish downtrend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, literally a whole week. Shorts were active. And we took it up here for a good 150 pips. Now looking on the daily, we have a level of support right here at 1.3, let's round it up to a psychological level, 1.3200. So we do have a major level of support here, guys. As you see in the past, price is broken above, broken below, broken above, retested this zone multiple times, and we're doing it once again. So with this being said, with having some bullish momentum on dollar CAD, now I'm not bullish on this pair, but I am expecting a retracement. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame once again. As we speak, guys, we had a double bottom down here. Let me highlight it for you. One test of this zone here. And the second test of this zone here. This is a very, very strong reversal pattern, and not meaning price is going to reverse, but what I'm saying is that we are going to retrace for some time right now. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I can show you, it looks extremely clear from here. Once again, this was once resistance, and it's now turned to support. As you see, for 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 hours, for one whole day now, price has broken above and has just come down to retest. Okay? With that being said, further validation, if you want to take this wick here down to this wick here, our bullish engulfment literally pushed above this trend line to break our downtrend structure on a smaller time frame. Price is currently retesting 1.3250 zone. So let's round this up. I like psychological numbers, round levels. And what I expect for dollar CAD is simply to shoot up into our first zone. Boom, 1.1320. We'll probably break that zone, and I'd like to see price shoot up into this 1.3350 zone. Not that I'm bullish on the dollar, but once again, I mean, we've been bearish for so long. Price does have to correct itself, guys. That's the thing. Price just never trends in one direction the entire time before correcting. So then I'd like to see a push into this zone of 1.3350 to 1.3370. And then from here, we need to monitor price to see if we can activate some short levels, which 1.3400 is our monthly resistance. I'm taking shorts into this zone all the way down to 1.13100. So it looked like something like this. But price has to play out first, guys. That's the thing. You never just jump into the markets. Let price play out. Let the waves form. Let price break some structure. Let it find itself, find its ground for the week. Then it will show true direction. So thank you guys once again for watching another weekly analysis from VisionFX. Once again, we summarized Euro dollar, Aussie New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, and dollar CAD. We're going to have a phenomenal week, guys. I'm excited. Stay tuned with our Instagram story, and let's have a profitable week, guys. Take care.